We all know of that call that was made for Hindus to be thrown out of Canada. We saw also that the government at the time did very little in response to that. And this was back in late 2023, but that matter is not quite closed yet. It's not over. The Hindu Forum of Canada is currently engaged in legal preparation to seek prosecution over that hate speech, and that is a case to be presented to the new government here in Canada. At the heart of the legal issue is the Canadian Criminal Code, and particularly Section 319, subsection 2, that outlaws hate speech against any identifiable group, and that violation of the law carries potentially imprisonment of up to 2 years. We do know that leaders at the time condemned the speech. They called it hateful. They spoke of this as hate video, but they did not summon the law on hate speech. It stayed at the level of adjectives. It did not proceed into action. That is what the Hindu Forum here is currently seeking to change and to challenge. A quick word with Peter Thorning, who has taken up the case on behalf of the Hindu Forum.
I think there's a very good argument here that that Canadian law has been violated. I think there's a very good argument here for that. And again, you know, it's not just speech, to put it in its most simple terms, which says we don't like these people, or I don't like these people. That's the simple part. The more abrasive and alarming part of this speech is that it really leads to a conclusion that acts of violence will be committed against certain groups of people. And this is an intolerable type language. This is the kind of language that the law seeks to prevent. This is the type of language that the law seeks to have consequences, criminal consequences for. I think there's a very good argument here that the law has been violated.
Who are you making the argument to, and what could they possibly do?
There's a person who's made statements which we accept are divisive and or potentially criminal in nature. And so the way law enforcement works is, you know, a complaint is made. And if law enforcement fails to take action, there are other tools that we could use that may cause an investigation to be conducted, and that is including lobbying government to take action.
Why do you think the government at the time did not invoke the law?
I cannot say in this particular case why such an apparently obvious violation of the law is either not being investigated and or charges not laid.
And the case for taking some action was obvious?
Well, look, I mean, I think if you make these types of hurtful comments, negative comments, hateful comments, and the comments themselves are designed to create fear or designed to inspire others to cause acts of violence towards other people. This is the very type of language that one would expect would be the subject of a very thoughtful and serious investigation conducted by members of law enforcement. There have been some statements condemning the speech, and we think that that's righteous and that's fair. But there needs to be, I think, something done other than just to condemn and distance yourself from the speech. There needs to be some action taken with respect to the speech, and hopefully designed in a way to prevent it in the future.
भारती बुरा करता एम्बुलेंस से वापस ले जाओ हिंदुस्तान